Good morning. Good morning. It's 2:39 a.m. I am on my way to the gym right now. My wife paid me a huge compliment and she says that I'm losing a lot of my weight because of the running that I'm doing. And she actually started looking at some videos about how the body starts to look as it runs and how it morphs into this physique, this chiseled, ripped physique with running. I don't know what I was going to talk about this morning, but before I left out the house, the spirit came over to me to write a letter to my family about time and about how important it is to be aware that time is a very precious and valuable commodity. And you'll have people who have no concept of what time means, and they will try to waste your time. They will try to take your time. They will try to get you to use your time to do what they want, similar to like a job. You work it for a paycheck, and they want you to work it to build their dream. So their exchange, the time factor exchange is not equal when it comes to somebody who is an employee working for somebody else in exchange for a check, because the money will come and go, but that time will never come back. But that's for another story all in itself. But the exchange of time has to be equal. No more than you would give somebody a diamond, a 1 carat diamond, for $100 in groceries. It's not equal. One took hundreds of years to develop. The other one is perishable, comes and goes. If I had to tell somebody what time meant to me, it would mean constantly seeking your purpose. People spend so much time trying to cheat the system, spend so much time trying to cut corners, spend so much time in relationships that they know aren't any good for them. I was at Starbucks before that storm kicked off yesterday, and this girl and this guy were inside there, and they were ordering a drink, or she was ordering a drink. And when she walked by me, I looked at her. Now I had a big smile on my face because I was watching something on YouTube. I was watching something about Fox something Bentley, whatever the hell his name is, and I was watching the brief snippet because I believe that smiling and laughing are great remedies and medication to your heart and your soul, and you should get a dose of that every once in a while throughout the day. Anyways, I'm sitting there watching this, and she walks by, and I have this smile like the world I have it figured out. But she doesn't have a smile on her face. Neither does the person that she is with, her boyfriend or husband, whoever this other guy is. So I can pick up, and I'm not saying I know what's wrong, but I'm saying I can pick up on it. And slowly but surely, when I would get up to get something or use the restroom or order my drink, and I would see them sitting outside talking, I knew the conversation they were having. Based on their body language, based on the inability to look at each other, they were having a discussion about their relationship. Something had transpired in their relationship where both of them had came to a point where it was time to sit down and have this talk, but neither of them wanted to say goodbye. and I can read the whole situation, because you have a different type of language when you're looking at somebody from a distance and they're talking about or discussing death. That's crying, that's embracing, that's eye-to-eye contact, that is a supportive look on their face, right? You can tell a conversation when somebody is discussing what kind of business proposition that they need to make, because the look comes across as maybe more serious and there's some direct eye contact. But you can tell when there's a relationship situation going on, because the communication is neither one wants to look at each other. And they were doing this for a while, probably all the way up until that storm came. They were doing this. And you could tell by the time they got up, they still had not resolved anything. More than likely because there was nothing to resolve. It didn't look like they were young, so I doubt that they had finances really invested into one another. I doubt that there was an estate they needed to split up. There may have been a child that needed to be, but staying in a relationship for a child is not a good reason, because then you end up taking the child down with you. So what was holding these people together? Love? What's an equal exchange? What's an equal exchange for your time? Were they equally exchanging their time for a relationship that they knew was not going anywhere? I'm not a relationship counselor. I don't know. I'm a life counselor. I've been through life. I'm not one of these people who woke up and everything went right. Matter of fact, my life has been the complete opposite of everything going right. If anything, everything has completely went wrong every single time I turned around. Life has taught me lessons. And that gives me the authority to speak. That gives me the authority to observe somebody from a distance and know that what they're pouring their time into is probably something that they should be trying to figure out how they can peacefully part ways from an inevitable situation. See, there's nothing in writing say that I'm qualified to even have these conversations. But if you go through my history, if you go through my past, and I'm talking about all the way to the point of when I was 1 or 2 and my mother left, and my father and mother separated, and I spent my time with my father, and I would only see her every once in a while. And you go up to the different women that's been in our lives, growing up with the fact that police were constantly at our door. Like, that is so crazy. I could not imagine as an adult with my children right now, and I'm living in this life, I could not imagine police at my door trying to resolve a situation between me and my wife. But that's the environment I grew up in. Housing projects, food boxes. Now let's move into like adolescence. Let's move into 12, 13. I caught shoplifting and end up in jail. The first time, started stealing cars with a buddy of mine, end up in jail. I'm qualified because there hasn't been an aspect or a part of my life where it's been easy. So I've been an observer of life because I've constantly been put on hold. So when I speak about time, because I'm sitting here saying when people call my phone and I know that they have no concept of time because they're trying to blow my phone up to talk about what it is that's bothering them, it's like, dude, what do you think I can do to solve your problem? What do you think I can do to help your problem? Better yet, why is there not an equal or fair exchange for the time that you want from me for what you're giving up? Your problem? I don't need to take time to solve a problem. Just tell me the problem. Boom, fixed. Problems are not an equal exchange. The passions of your heart. See, now that, my friend, that is an equal exchange for time. I will give up time all day long to follow the passions of my heart. It doesn't have to be monetary. See, I've learned a lot in the past couple of years. Monetary is temporary. If you go after the passions of your heart and monetary is entwined into that, well, it's kind of like exercising. You might not want the muscle, but you'll get the muscle. But what are you giving your time up for? What are you committing your life to? I love TD Jakes, and I tell my wife this all the time. I said, man, he is anointed with prophecy. Because you can't speak as prolific, as prophetic as somebody like that and touch the heart. You can't do that unless you have a spirit that's speaking to you loud. And he says, you talk about money, I can give you money, I can live anywhere. I can take my money, I can live anywhere. But when I'm spending time with you, I'm giving you my time, I'm giving you my life. That's all I have. When I do these videos every single morning, I'm taking time out. I'm giving you all I have. This is all I got. At the end of the day, time is all I really got. Each moment, each day, every second. See, I'm at a point where I'm no longer trying to be considerate of somebody else in exchange for my time. Equal exchange. You know, there's an old street saying, fair exchange ain't no robbery. Well, when you want my time, but all you want to give up is your problem, that's not equal. When you want my time, but all you want to do is squander away your life, that's not equal. I would challenge you to be more cautious of what you do with your time, who you give your time to, and what's happening in the midst of that time. You don't get a refund on it. You don't get a do-over. Those same people are probably still arguing about the same thing. Why? Because life hasn't quite taught them, and I can tell because of their young age, life hasn't quite taught them that you can't go fighting and arguing about every single situation or relationship that you get into, because the fact of the matter is, if it was worth it, we wouldn't have to argue. That would be evident. But you want to go arguing down every single relationship that you get in, dog. That could be a long short life spent arguing about who's right, who's wrong. Should we be doing this? Should we give up? Should we keep going? What should we do? Time. It's all you got. If you fail to respect that, when the angel of death comes for you, you're going to say, I'm not ready. The angel's going to ask you why. You're going to say, I need more time. The angel's going to say, I've given you time. What did you do with the time that I gave you? I love these videos. I love doing these because I'm genuinely pouring out from my heart. I'm genuinely pouring out. There's no posturing. Dude, I've been doing these videos for years. For damn near 2 years. There's, like, I may get one like or one share. Like, if I was doing it for a like or a share, I wouldn't be doing it at 2:55 in the damn morning. Look at when I post these things. I wouldn't be doing it. I do it because I haven't went on no social media. I haven't read an email. I haven't been polluted by anything. Dude, I can't even tell you the last time I watched the news. But my morning ritual is so heavy laden with just me that when you get these videos, you get 100% me. You get my experiences. You get my lessons. You get me. And when I tell you that time is not to be played with, I'm telling you something that I know for a fact. Hell, I hit ignore on my mom. I hit ignore on my dad. I don't have time for it. That doesn't mean I don't love you. That means I love my time more than hearing the problem. And those who know me well know that. My wife knows that. My kids, they know that. I am intentionally leading my family in a direction that I want them to go. I am intentionally moving about with purpose in a way that I want them to know this is how I perceive life. Do you agree? And time is the number one commodity. Before you pick up that phone, before you answer that call, before you send out that message, ask yourself, is this an equal exchange of my time that I am getting ready to send out into the world? Because if you take your time to send a message, it better be damn good that what you want back in return is tenfold. Tenfold. I will pour my time into my family. I will pour into my kids. But I will not get involved in nonsense. I won't engage. I will disengage. I will disassociate. I will not cooperate. I will not give up my time in exchange for anything less than.